Hey, what's going on? Let me fix my chat, honey. What is going on, Deborah? I ain't doing nothing. I'm chilling. Chilling in the cut. You know what I'm saying? Chilling in the cut. Just sitting here scrolling through social media, looking at all these weird messages that I got from weirdos. But other than that, I'm chilling. I was like, let me hop on, but I don't feel like being on camera. Cause I ain't had nothing going on. I'm just sitting here laying and rubbing these feet together. That's all. Bored out of my mind. Bored. I need to find something to do though. I think I'm gonna cook up some type of idea. I don't know. I'm trying to pull it together. Trying to pull it together. You know what? I do supposed to be going ahead to fry me some fish. I'm gonna go ahead and fry my fish. I pulled out some whiting, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and cook them. Oh, world. I got all these alerts on my phone. I'm gonna go fry me some whiting. I be sitting here like I ain't got nothing to do, but I can be doing that. I do got a whole watermelon I gotta go cut up and put up. So I ain't want nothing. I was just trying to see what everybody else was doing tonight. I was sitting here. We ain't got that piece of rain. I'm glad the storm went on by this business. I did see earlier with a couple houses that like are on like really on the water. They ended up sliding into the water, honey. They lost their bearings. They haven't had one in a while. For real? You know what? I had some frozen ones that I had bought, and they have been in my deep freezer for like at least a month. I was like, let me go ahead. What's up, Shonda? See, that's why I said I'm gonna slide through here tonight and chat. Girl. Yes. I was sitting here, I said I ain't had nothing to do. Let me slide in and pop in. But you know how you be like, okay, I'm bored when you got 100 things you can be doing. But yeah, I was like, that's why I'm glad I didn't jump out there and go get no whole bunch of stuff. How long? Oh, long time no see, Shonda. I'm glad I ain't go out there and buy all the water up out the store like the people do as soon as they think something coming on the coast. Because, like, realistically, child, that stuff be so inaccurate. And honestly, like, we used to have this weatherman, and the funny thing is, I think he got fired from the news station he was at, but he was like the best meteorologist ever. And like low key, if I still had my Facebook, I would have went over there and watched him, cause he'll give us a accurate report. I think he's in Los Angeles now. He's retired, but he used to give us the best. He gave us the drop. He gave us the tea. He was like for real, straight, straight with it. Child, your girl. You working and taking care of daughter and grandson. Yeah, Shonda be on the ones and twos and got things to do. Yes. This is normally the time I see her pop in, but generally like in the daytime. Some people watch, while they're multitasking and actually, working a job and stuff like that. I know Pepper, she'll pop in when she at work in the comments from time to time. Yes, child. Yes. On the ones and twos. But I don't even got nothing that I plan on cooking with the fish. You know what the funny thing is? I ain't gonna lie, low key, I did try to prep a little bit for the storm. This was my plan. My plan was to go ahead because I had cooked some leg quarters earlier, and then I pulled out some fish earlier. I was like, okay, I'm gonna fry them too. That way, like if something was, if I did lose power, I have something to nibble on first. And girl, I had sandwich meat and everything, had bread ready to go. I bet I'll be in the bushes while I'm working during the day. Yes, that's what I was saying. Yeah, people be in the cut, they be here with us, they just can't, be up in the chat and stuff because they got real stuff to do, you know. But yes, indeed. And ain't nothing major going on. What's the word on the street? What I miss? Let me stop talking about what I miss. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Shonda, did you see that story where the lady had she was working for the DMV and oh Lord, my ear itching. They had a whole situation going on where people was paying $200. Well, allegedly illegal immigrants was paying $200 to get their license or whatever, and people from within the agency was helping out and making sure it happened. And what was going on? The lady ended up being a whistleblower, and she ended up getting fired, and that was in Kentucky. And I was like, oh my. So not only that, I think somebody there approached her with the proposition of, getting put on with it. And she was like, oh no, I'm not with it. And so whatever was going on, they would share similar logins. Girl, they was taking the lady login when she won't there. And they was still doing what they wanted to do. I said, what in the world? Well, I'm going to attempt to make my grandson homemade potato chips. Oh, that's gonna be nice. I'm nervous because always talk about something sharp. Nuh-uh. You just gotta take your time and focus. Just just little. And then ain't that the one you just put the potato on and cut it with? So you don't really. You just gotta be careful when you get close to it and you run out of potato. Is that what you're talking about? I'm not giving nobody my credentials at work. Right, but you know what? I watched it again today. What was it? I don't know if it was today, but it was another story or another clip of it. And basically, she was contracted through a temp service, from my understanding. And she was actually in training for a supervisor position. So girlfriend was like, "Oh no, ma'am." I'm guessing maybe but you know what? They some sneaky son of a guns with stuff like that. They probably had them temps to come in so they can do, you know what I'm saying? Hmm. Either way, she was the whistleblower, and baby, they said she had to go. I said, "Well, dang." Yeah, I thought that was weird, really weird too, because I'm like, why would you have the same credentials? But then again, like I said, they said she worked for a temp. Hmm. Yes, indeed. What I missed today? My phone keep going off. They done entered me into a group chat on TikTok about a movie ugly. So that's what that is. A black lady. I saw. Yeah, it was a black lady. It sure was. I'm pretty sure she not backing down because I still see the story circulating according to what's going on. I just seen this. I think the story aired like within the last 2 weeks, but I did see them talking about it again today. I didn't get a chance to listen to the update. She not playing. Hmm, yeah, that's crazy. Child, why they say did not get out? Got out. They said the people done finally lowered the bond to make it affordable to let him out. I said, oh my. I said, now why we gotta go through this? I hope he learned a lesson. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, but they say word on the curb, he got out. Um, they say Joe's still over there cooking all live with them roaches running amok in his kitchen. You said who? It's this guy named Denied. That's a content creator on YouTube, and he just be acting crazy. Prime example why she should have told the illegal immigrant unallow those three people on the highway couldn't what? Where was that at? Mm-hmm. And that's the crazy thing. Like, you know what? It was funny. I seen something maybe like 2 months ago, and they was trying to call out my area, some cities in my area for being alleged sanctuary cities. Now there has been nothing put out to prove it, but I'm not trying to be funny. Being here and looking around, I'm starting to think there are quite a bit of incentives, and I'm noticing a lot of people from it seemed like a lot of the people that came in and was staying in Northern Virginia are starting to trickle down, in my opinion. And Florida driving semi with a fraudulent license. A truck. No. Now you know that don't make no sense. But you know what? That was another now I ain't gonna lie, the T Man did say that the people had to be able to rewrite or something like that. And part of him saying that is because, it was so many people that was let in and that was they got CDLs. So that's what I'm saying. Like if they gave them IDs, how much they was able to pay for a CDL? Because I had watched a lot of like TikTok videos of people that are in trucking. And it was this one dude I used to follow, and he had like literally showed the dash, and he was see these like super cheap loads, and he will call the people on the phone about them because like they were ridiculously low, and he was like, "Man, who gonna take this?" And for real, people was taking them, and that's who they was alleging that was taking them for dirt cheap to cut you know the people out that had been driving for a long time. That's messing them people money up. Hmm. So that's crazy. I ain't even hear about that. I'm about to look that up. That's wild. That is so dangerous. How in the world? But you know what? When I was watching a little news report, they was talking about how, that would make a lot of people lives more convenient, here when they come, because they already, getting that bread. Girl, I ain't gonna lie, I was riding down the road today and I looked to the left and I looked to the right. It was this little crew. And they looked like they was digging something. And I was like, well, who do they work for? And I'm looking. And I could have swore I seen a lady digging with a shovel that was Mexican, and that's why I double take. It was a whole Mexican crew on one on some on one side of the road, some on the other side of the road. It wasn't nobody. So it was a whole business that had everybody employed through them. Yeah, my brother is a truck driver. It's wild now. Yeah, they was talking about how they doing it intentionally. And I was like, well, how did they bring yeah. I believe a lot of them ended up with them driver's license. And my thing is if they can't speak it to be able to, speak it, read it, or comprehend it, how was they able to take these tests for the DL, let alone a CDL? So that's crazy. But yep, that's what's going on. And it's like now they gotta go behind it and find, undo something that been going on for years. But that been going on for a long time. That's old, Donna. Girl, Donna is terrible. Donna said he trying to get into heaven. I said, why in the world, Aaron? Aaron is Bessie. I like Aaron. They can't read the signs or anything. And that's the thing. It's like for so many years, I'm like, one thing, like, it's like me, honestly, if I was to go to another place or another country, whatever, I am going to want to be able to understand what's going on around me. I'm not trying to have my child interpret it. And the crazy thing is, the only reason they even bother with the children learning because they have to go to school. And I have seen on many occasions where I've like when I lived in Georgia, I had some neighbors and they didn't speak English, and their kids were their interpreters. And those women had such nasty attitudes. They never bothered. It was as if learning English was beneath them. But I was like, how was it beneath you? Um, when you're benefiting, you know what I'm saying? They were living very comfortable. So I'm just like, it's crazy. Oh yeah, so I think I was live one time and I had went to like the laundromat and one of the machines had went out and the lady was an attendant and she was Hispanic and she was very nasty and she was mad because she was trying to make it seem like I was just trying to get some coins. And she was like, well, did you check to see or something? She said, I was like, girl, I already put my hand on it. It's cold. It's not working. And honestly, I don't even think she understood English fully, but it was like her reaction was nasty. This is of entitlement. It is. So she was just like, you have to put a certain amount in there for the get hot. I was like, that don't make sense. I said, you shouldn't have to put 5 and 6 coins for the machine to get hot. The machine should get hot alone. So she had an attitude. So at that time, it was a owner. The owner of it at that time was like these this Asian family that been in the community for years that own different businesses. So I got a chance to talk to the owner or whatever. Okay, boom. So today I went into the place or whatever, and it was a guy in there, and it was a black guy, and he was like, he told her he was like, it's cold. So she didn't question him. She walked over, offered, you know what I'm saying, basically put coins in the other machine for him to be able to go ahead and do what he needed to do. And I looked at him, I was like, wait a minute. I said, you mean to tell me? I had to almost cuss this lady out to put me some more quarters in the machine, and she was trying to act funny. And he just, you know what I'm saying, he laughed a little bit. I was like, he said, well, it's not owned by the same company anymore. I said, oh, okay. So she can't do what she want to do because, you know, the people that she been working for a long time that let her and, didn't bother her, didn't bother to replace her, even though she was, just nasty to everybody. He was like, yeah. I said, oh, okay. So you mean to tell me if she act the fool this time, I could call soap sus. I said, because I'm pretty sure. I said, they kept her. He said, apparently they did. And so he ended up telling me that the corporation ended up taking over that soap and suds as well. I'm guessing they sold it or whatever. But I was like, oh, okay. Okay. But yeah, I was like, oh, okay. I said, maybe she did all that in front of me. Cause she know I don't play with her. But I just found it so funny. It's like, But yeah, she don't speak English either for real. She just, do what she do. Yeah, child. But other than that, child, I'm just enjoying the breeze. I'm glad, it came by to cool things off and make it a little bit more comfortable. Cause ain't nothing going on over here, thankfully. Mm, 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 mm. Yes, indeed. A hot mess, a hot mess. I think I'm gonna go fry my chicken. And not my chicken. What am I talking about chicken? My fish. And find me something to do. I do want some of the watermelon though, I ain't gonna lie. I'm excited to cut that one open. It better look like something or I'm gonna be mad. What y'all cook tonight? Shonda, what you cook? I know you cook something. If you ain't cooking tonight, girl, what you cook Sunday? I know it was something good. Ooh, did y'all see the TT influencer who got snatched up on live by? What? Oh my goodness, what she was at? What state was she in? Mm-mm. But you know what? That's messed up that they like. But I'm saying, what you mean? Was she foreign? I know this one. You get a sandwich. You get a sandwich. I ain't heard about that. Hold up. Mm-mm. Now she doxing them. I know they had to be super duper mad. They don't want to came and got her. Oh, excuse me. I'm nosy. From Colombia. Illegal, of course. Her wig came off and everything. Not her wig. Girl, wait a minute. Oh, Tatiana Martinez. Oh, I'm looking at it right now. Agents approached her car in Los Angeles. Hold on. Let me play it. Or whatever the clip they playing. Mm-mm. Shows a Colombian TikToker being yanked out of her Tesla by ICE agents during an arrest. Tatiana Martinez was streaming on the app when agents approached her car in Los Angeles.
An official from the Department of Homeland Security said in a statement that she was detained because of a prior DUI conviction, adding that
Yeah, right.
Martinez came to the U.S. in 2022 and was, quote, released by the Biden administration. Martinez gained a following on TikTok after posting videos documenting ICE raids under President with videos advising people on what they should do if stopped by agents. She's being held in a facility near the Mexican border, and it's not clear if she has an attorney.
I gotta go back to the
This
video.
shows a Colombian TikToker being yanked out of her Tesla
Dang.
by ICE agents during an arrest. Tatiana Martinez was streaming on the app when agents approached her car in Los Angeles. An official from the Department of
A
Homeland
what? A spread thing. A spread thing. Girl, what they do? Spray her or something? In real context, she was fault. She was also an agent. Top of that, she was illegal. Not no one is above the law. Girl, they killed me in them comments. Hold on, run it back.
This video shows a Colombian TikToker being yanked out of her Tesla by ICE agents during an arrest. Tatiana Martinez was streaming on the app when agents approached
Why
her
she ain't got no
car in Los
shoes
Angeles.
on?
An official
Lord have mercy. This is horrible. Why they do that lady like that?
from the Department of Homeland Security said in a statement that she was detained because of a prior.
You want to explain why you're so
Mm-mm.
Of post.
That's crazy.
This video shows a Colombian TikToker being yanked out of her Tesla by ICE agents during an arrest. Tatiana Martinez was streaming on the app when agents approached her.
Now, why they do that?
You're only one. If I'm filthy rich and I
Lord have mercy. She shouldn't have been messing with them folks. Why she mess with them people? She know they is above the law and about their life. Mm, 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 mm. But they have been protesting hard. They just ain't been showing it. Oh my gosh. I need to blow my nose. Mm. This is out of hand. Definitely above the law. Yeah, they around there hiding and child, they can cover their face. So what y'all think about Donnie talking about he gonna walk the streets tonight? She was putting address, phone numbers. Oh yeah, she wasn't playing with their ass at all. She had them on their toes, baby. They probably was on her lives waiting for her. They knew where she was at and everything. That's crazy.
Incredible people. You make the country run, frankly. You make the whole place run. We're going to have the best capital ever. We had a country that was laughed at a year ago.
He said we gonna have the best capital ever. What does that entail?
They thought they couldn't understand what was happening. And it's about leadership. But we had a country that was a dead country in many ways. I just wanted to thank you.
You know what?
You're doing incredible. You're incredible people.
I had to admit it
I
for
just
real.
wanted to thank-
Hold on.
We have some big news right now. Donald Trump says he is going to be with the National Guard, with the DC Metropolitan Police Department tonight, Thursday night, to patrol the streets of Washington, D.C. Donald Trump has long said.
Now, why would they spend all that money, time, and resources having him out there on Thursday night, and then y'all go broadcast it? The people already don't like the people that's on the ground.
That he is a war hero, that he wants to be a Purple Heart recipient. Seems like now he's kind of cosplaying National Guard, but we'll see what tonight looks like. He told Newsmax today that he will be patrolling the streets with members of the National Guard. Now, the question will remain, where is he going to go? I live in Washington, D.C. I will be out this evening, too, patrolling the streets, and I'll try to see where Donald Trump will be in an effort to see whether they're going to true high crime areas or whether they're just going to patrol the National Mall like the National Guard has.
Child, they gonna be in your neighborhood. I don't know why y'all playing. They is not about to take Trump nowhere. Well, he ain't safe. Hold on, safe. Hold on, right quick. My doggone nose inside of me. That's crazy. Oh yeah, I'm glad they there too. I told me and Deborah had this conversation the other morning. I'm glad they're there too. Donnie need to stay his ass in the house. Right. And then how you gonna tell, oh, I'm gonna be out there on Saturday? Don't it supposed to be like somewhat of a surprise? You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, boom. And then, the people come and cover a lady. Oh, yeah, Donnie was out there on Saturday night. Like, you know what I'm saying? Why would you tell people ahead of time so they can be looking around? That's crazy. That's crazy. That, I don't believe him. I think he lying. Child, he at home sitting down somewhere laughing at the people that's out here looking for him. He ain't about that life like that. Because if it was all like that, he wouldn't have even called them people in there. They was called in there, of course, as a distraction. But I ain't gonna lie, them white ends, they don't play. Honey, they something serious in DC. Mm-mm, mm-mm. And like even with all the heavy gentrification that they done so far, it's like all they gotta do is come do their dirt and then go home. So it's not like, no. Donnie ain't going out there. Donnie ain't about to do nothing. Donnie gon' rest them orthopedic shoes on his recliner tonight. Okay? He ain't going out there fooling with nobody and nothing. The YNs always prevail. They be number one. They be on the ones and twos. Child, they be out there doing stuff like they on GCA missions for real. Now he's going to be all up on his platform, making himself look good. He better he ain't gonna do nothing. Devil, let me tell you something. it is like if he do go out there, if anything, it'll be like for show. So I really see like if he do it, it's gonna be for a op, like a camera op. You know what I'm saying? A photo op. I said a camera op, a photo op. He already has those swollen legs. Yes. He has some kind of condition. Exactly. You seen the little bag on the back of his leg. Yeah, he wanna put them damn feet up. He ain't gonna be out there in them streets. It sound good. But like I said, he gonna be like on a certain intersection for a photo op, and he gonna get right back in that car and go on about his business, and he gonna leave with his motorcade because ain't nowhere in the world. Um, and then the stuff that like a lot of the stuff that they have got people on, it ain't even like major. And the funny thing is, I seen a video after like since they've been there, of somebody still getting their windows busted in. So I don't know what they're doing. And then it's like people that live there, they doing their own little live videos and they straight up like, look, I don't feel safer. I don't feel like they doing nothing. I don't feel nothing. The lady said she came out of the metro. She said if anything, she don't feel safe. I said, oh. And then you have like, depending on the area, the people that got that coin on your one, they out there yelling at them people and throwing sandwiches. Deborah was the one that told me that the man had threw the subway sandwich. That shit was so damn funny. I went and found the video. I was like, wait a minute, this nigga, he threw a whole foot long. Could you imagine like being hungry? You don't went to damn Subway, got you a foot long on your way home. You done started arguing and got into it with the people and threw your goddamn dinner away. Ain't no way. He was mad as shit. He was hungry. He should have just, went ahead and started eating the damn sandwich on the way out. Like, come on. And then I got a charge for throwing his sandwich that he should have just went ahead and ate his damn sandwich because he was hungry as hell. I don't know. But I know one thing. Now they going too far. I'm not throwing my foot long. That was a foot long. Cause remember they used to have a thing foot long, something down in that, whatever. That was a big sandwich. Cause like the way it, like when he threw it and the way it landed, girl, hold on, I got it on my page. The way he threw that sandwich and the way that sandwich landed, that was a large sandwich, leading me to believe that, yeah, the man throws a sandwich. He's sick of them. Hold on. What's this on Daily Mail? Did I turn it up? That was a foot long. We gonna go back. Hold on. That was a foot long. Hold on. We going back to the beginning. Why he jumping up and down? That was a whole. That could have fed him twice. He could have had, and they don't want to chase his ass for throwing a sandwich. He threw his. I don't like this one too damn shaky. Ain't nobody else got the damn footage. This bitch threw a sandwich at them folks and ran. Like it ain't 100 of them motherfuckers on the corner. Shame. What? Then threw his goddamn dinner at this man. But why? If you hungry, just eat your food. Oh, and they don't put his name. His name is Sean Dunn. They don't put this man name everywhere for throwing a sandwich. I don't know if it was the police or the National Guard. Either way, he ain't had no business doing that. Whole sandwich gone. And then you know what? Shout out to the person that wrapped it because none of it came out. Like from what we seen, it looked like once he threw it, because it's cut in half, it like comfortably landed, like slapping the man. It was like a full slap. It was like a 180 slap. So it slapped him in the front and on the side because you know what I'm saying? It just slapped him. But nonetheless, he done threw his goddamn dinner at them people for no fucking reason. I don't, and it's so funny because if nothing else, people should be able to see the different dynamic when they versus them going to the hood and being in areas where people got money. Because it's like hundreds of people out there yelling at them, talking trash to them, saying all kinds of crazy bogus stuff to them. Ain't nobody going to jail. They ain't saying nothing. Oh, but the black people, child, they trying to have them lined up. They trying to grab people. Oh, my favorite video was when they went to this apartment building and they didn't have a key to get in the building. And the guys stood in the hallway and sung a song. I don't know if it was before it might have been just the DC police department, but I don't know. I think it might have been before the people, but that might be the reason why they got them there. Because like them people in DC be running circles around them police, from what I see, in my opinion. I just think they just come to work. Yeah. Cause for it to be such a small city, it's like it's a yeah. And then I was telling Deborah the same thing. It's so many people saying like I was like, is they paying them to read from that script? Because they keep saying crime has gone down. Where yeah, if you looking at like the stats for 18 and up, but them juveniles, shh, they putting in that work, baby. They come to get cars. They busting out windows. They taking all kinds of stuff out of people's cars on the daily. If they come out here, I'm not going anywhere near them and being nosy. Right. I don't and then the crazy thing is it was this guy, he did a video of them coming in their neighborhood. Oh, cha-ching. Okay. I seen them coming into the neighborhood. And I was like, oh, the dude, this one was it was a dude, he was sitting on his porch smoking a cigarette. And the guy approached him. This was like, one of them people that it wasn't the police, it was whatever, the guards, whoever, I don't know. They came to him and was like, you wouldn't happen to have your ID on you, would you? He was like, why would I need an ID on me to sit on my porch where I live to smoke a cigarette? Man, I was weak. I'm so glad I took an early retirement from law enforcement. The crime has been going up for years. It's exhausting, right? And to me, I'm like, I ain't trying to be funny. Like the Department of Justice, for real, they get the most money from the federal government. And a lot of people were upset when they was like, oh, defund them. And I'm like, they can't do nothing with people. Like it all starts with the children. I'm telling you, I had to literally like a couple years ago, the kids was so out of hand over here, the teenagers. I literally myself got a person that I would contact with and have open communication and dialogue with. Hey Dean, how you doing? I would have open communication with them and try to get them to come up with some type of grants for the kids. You mean it's y'all get man, if you go look at the actual budget, the police department gets so much money. They get so much federal funding. It's ridiculous. So I was like, look, man, it was so bad. They had finally put out a grant. I don't even. I think it was maybe $3,000. Somebody had got it. I was like, they must have gave it to somebody they know. They had came through with like a truck with activities on it, and then they would have that truck come out like, let's say like every Wednesday or Tuesday and Thursday, and they played like different games and they played ratchet music for the children and all of that. But it was something for them to do, something for them to look forward to, because it's not like a community center and walking distance. Child, it was just going down. So yeah, and they told us, oh, crime is going down. It's down. Stop lying. Stop hiding them statistics. That's what they be doing. But yep, it just be going on. Yes, indeed. I ain't missing nothing else there though. We was just chit chatting about just random stuff. But yeah, that crime, boy, they ran. Oh, it's gone there. I be like, where? In what universe? Shh. I guess it would be going down when you got most of them that's doing everything that's underage, and most of their records are sealed. Yeah, so that's the gist of it. But mm. I literally had a parent call me today, frustrated with the school system, um, contemplating homeschooling. And I don't tell nobody what to do, but you gotta do what's best for you. That's the only thing I can tell them. You gotta do what's best for your child, cause it's a hot mess in them schools. They ain't teaching a damn thing. Mm-mm. But yes, indeed, yes, indeed. I don't got nothing else for y'all. Did I miss anything? One of my city police officers was just arrested yesterday. He drove his vehicle in the front of a piece of joint. What? Lord, poor thing. He probably tired of everything. And the crazy thing is, I get it. And people be frustrated with them when they have to have encounters. And I get it, they be doing their job. But some people, I don't know if we can discuss these or rights. I don't think it's a bad thing. You can discuss see on TT they running see this is what's going on, what I notice in my opinion. Like I feel like we can have discussions as long as it's like the verbiage is not too vulgar, you know what I'm saying? But I think over there they are censoring a lot of people so hard, and because you got to think about it, those people that come with stories daily on TikTok are in competition. Like they not trying to be in competition. They just trying to get their bread, get the news out in their style to their audience, or who reach whoever that got love for them. I feel like a lot of the news stations are intimidated because I literally was watching something the other day where they was like oh, the dude, matter of fact, the dude earlier, he was talking about this storm in. He was like, oh, contrary to what they say on TikTok. I'm like, yo, you on a whole news station. How do you feel some type of way of a person that's deciding to talk about a storm on their platform? Like, where are we at? He needed some pizza. He needed some pizza to come. Yes, he was in the right place. He just ain't do it right. Yeah. Oh damn. He lost track of time. What? You know what? I think a lot of people are discussing this is what they do. Like with instead of using the word, the R word that you use, Deborah, a lot of people they're calling them music festivals now. If you haven't noticed, they call them music festivals over there because they had those words blocked out of the algorithm. Dude didn't even get no damn pizza. Lord have mercy. Bless his heart. He got a ride home, didn't he? Has been doing a lot of censoring lately. Oh, for real? They will delete your comment fast. Yeah, so that's why I said when saying it, you have to just be mindful of it. So like as long as you ain't just being raunchy with it, because like it'll show me on my end and it'll show y'all because y'all got wrenches. If I think when they end up taking it, you know what I'm saying? Versus like if one of us took it out, you'll see like, them take it out. But as far as talking about those subjects, you just got to be more colorful when talking about it. You know what I'm saying? You just got to be, you know what I'm saying? Like with the R word, they was talking about, they call it the music festival. They was like, yeah, the Los Angeles. I was like, the what? And so when I got down to what they was talking about, I was like, yo, and the crazy thing is them people had been out there for weeks. They said some of them people was out there nonstop. Watch the video. Will you do you watch them over here or do you watch them over there? Yeah, because they be out there live and cutting up. Now people be cutting and they've been doing it for like a whole month straight and nobody knew because it was being censored. Because think about that last time when a lot of people organized, when a lot of people had organized and they went from city to city and it was just going on all over the place and it was lives, all these different places. You know what I'm saying? You were able to search those certain keywords. Now you can't. Our news is so messy. They said he was listening and rapping to Drake. What? Sitting in the wreckage. He sound. See, that's what, and that was another thing I was telling them. I was like, yo, some of these news stations, it was somebody else I was talking to. No, it might have, I don't know who it was, but I was having a conversation. I was like, yes, they be in competition with the people on TT because people are getting their news from people that they can relate to. Ain't nobody like for real, that I know, they not turning on the TV like that. They rather get it from like they'd rather go look watch a hood reporter and tell like that's why they used to get so mad. It's this lady that live here. Her name wrote it. Matter of fact, she went viral all over social media. Her name is Rhoda Young Live, and she from this area. And people will call her with breaking news. They call her with tips all the time. They trust her with more information and data than calling any of the news stations because they are selective on what they want to talk about, what they want to discuss. But it's funny because sometimes I'll see a lot of the younger people that are up there. Like it's this one lady, she look like she mixed, or she's real light skin. But she will start talk. She will refer to stuff on like they refer to social media. They like every now and then they will go in and share. They literally be showing people clips on the news. I remember one day watching, and this was like months ago. It was like when something had happened in a fast food restaurant and it got, wild or whatever. They showed it on the day on local news. And I was like, when they start doing this? So, yeah. And then like when people do start talking about like the W situation, they'll talk around it. That's why when you hear people talk about, they'll say the bear country. They'll say, they'll have like little abbreviations or what they'll make up little words for their audience to know who they talking about when they talk about the bear country. When they talk about the bear country, you talking about R. You know what I'm saying? You know. So yeah, that's kind of what they do. They talk about it like as long as you ain't, you know. But yeah, it's a lot of you know what I've noticed lately in my area? I've noticed quite a few officers, for the most part, they were either retired officers or retired military, and then they'd be on the news for them PDF files. Yes, I noticed that a lot lately, especially like in Virginia Beach. I noticed that. Yeah. hmm But yeah, people talk about this stuff. Mm. Yeah, what's name? You just gotta be real. Yeah, you just can't. You can't be. You can't be. Oh gosh, I guess you can't be too vocal and too. I don't know. Yeah, it's a level of censorship everywhere. You just got to work around it. It's a lot of people that come on work around it. But they be mad at them people over there because them people, like, people actually listen to them. They vibe with them. They like their delivery. They like how these people think, how they are able to break everything down in layman's terms instead of trying to be extra intelligent about certain things, and they get mad about it. Oh, they don't know, and they'll label a lot of those people's stuff as misinformation. That's what they're starting to do to a lot of the large, like when a lot of the people, when they went through, when they had changed them policies, was it earlier this year? And it was so many people that lost their large platforms. It was crazy. Our police department is desperately understaffed. So many people got fed up and took early retirement. And only yeah. Um, that's something that they honestly face here too with different offices. I told you I told you what's that? They were trying to recruit me back in 2022. I was like, oh no, I don't work for pigs. I don't That's not my thing. Like I like bacon, but that's about it. Because like but yeah, they struggle with that. and they will say it quickly. Because the guy said the same thing. That he was like, "Well, we hiring," and I was looking at him like, "Who, nigga? Who? Me? Nah, I'm good." And yeah, I mean they be hiring like a mofo. You can tell they're quite desperate because you can look at the poor training in a lot of officers. You can look at like I just be wondering, like for real low key. I wonder, do they check these people like mental health history, or do they like do any type of for real psychological exam um for them people? And I wish it was like a test similar to what they give to the people in like the Air Force. Somebody that has to have like a high logical problem solving. You know what I'm saying? Do they get them problem solving tests? Like, cause they, am I saying it right? I don't know. But it's just like some of the stuff people encounter and gotta deal with, it just don't make no sense. It just don't make sense. And it's like a, you know what I'm saying, you just be questioning their competency level. That's all. Or like I think what should happen, for real, I think that like the minimum requirements, they need to like, would they probably wouldn't have no officers if they did that, because all you need to do is be like a certain age and have a high school diploma. Honestly, I feel like my current employer did more vetting than my previous in law office. That's why I was like, yo, the bar is so low. I say that for a reason because, like, okay, I was watching these videos of this young lady. Oh my God, this was yesterday. It was so good. I'm gonna have to pour me some lemonade. Hold on, y'all. Matter of fact, I'm gonna take y'all with me. Y'all can't see me no damn way. So, the young lady was at a traffic stop. No, they pulled her over. It had happened like a couple years ago, and she was just asking them all these questions, and they was getting mad. They was getting real mad with her. They was getting real frustrated with her, and I was like, at first I was like, well, damn. I'm wondering. I'm like looking at it, and after a while, I'm like, wait a minute. These some good ass fucking questions she asked. I'm like, shit, wait a minute. Lil Buddy on to something. Cause like they would tell her like a certain like, say if they give her a command or tell her something, and she'll be like, okay, so she got out the car. No, she was in the car and it was like, oh, get out the car. And she was like, so we can talk. She was like, what do I need to get out of the car for? I can hear you. We can talk right here. She had the window cracked. Oh Lord. I was like, that's a good damn question. So then as time went on, she went ahead and opened the door. She got out the car. She had her purse. He was like, oh, well, can you put your purse back in the car for my safety? And she eventually just slammed the purse inside the car. So then he was like, do you have any weapons on you? And she was like, yeah, I got a cutter. You know what I'm saying? A box shank. But one of my coworkers at my old job got fired because they found out she was, what? They were so desperate. You know what? But you know what? That's probably somebody that intentionally ain't do that damn background check because they knew somebody. Like I be seeing a lot of that too. Because you know what? Yeah, I be having questions. I be having questions. It don't be right. But that young lady had so many valid questions. It's a. She ended up putting ooh, excuse me. She ended up putting a recording on her TikTok page. She had got the she went and filled out a FOIA, and she went and got everybody's camera video. But matter of fact, I'm about to pull it up. This shit was so damn fun. Did I follow her? But I ain't gonna lie. I found her because of one of her new videos. But after a while, I started noticing. I was like, yeah, I think something is wrong with her. However, we listen and we don't judge. But she was giving them that damn work with that line of questioning she had for them because it was valid questions. It was as if, yeah, that person knew somebody. You know what? Speaking of knowing somebody, so I be following all types of people and different stories in these social media streets. And I be like really trying to figure out, like, okay, say for instance, we talk about DC again, right? These people, like, to know somebody in DC, girl, you can get one of the best jobs in the world. So this is one content creator. She was talking about her mama was illiterate and didn't even have a high school diploma, but she's had one of some of the best jobs in the city of DC since the 70s. Then she was talking about it was some young lady that was working for an attorney or something. I think she was a paralegal. And I was like, well, what type of paralegal was the young lady? So her and the young lady was beefing back and forward, right? So the original content creator is from DC. I don't know where the other lady is from, but the other lady worked as a paralegal, and the lady from DC was like, "Look her rap sheet up, girl." I went and looked that lady record up. I was like, "How was she working in anybody's attorney office?" My current employer made me the offer and said, "Don't send or anything." They ran a background check to confirm my info. Right. Oh, that's what's up. But that's the thing. Like, normally that's what people do. They like, look, oh, okay, they ain't got this going on. Okay, cool. We could work with it. We could. That's what I'm saying. A lot of times they be like, okay, if you're trainable, if you're knowledgeable, they'll work with you. But these be some lawless individuals. This lady had so much stuff on her record, and it wasn't just like, okay, yeah, she had mad HOV lane tickets. This lady had mad fraud stuff. Like she actually went and did time behind some of the stuff. And these people was able to get, people was like, that's why somebody was looking out for these people hiring them. Cause I'm like, how? Like, okay, so it's another lady over there. That's why I ain't saying their names. She from DC, but she don't live in DC right now. I don't think she got like a bad background. I really don't. But her husband he from DC as well. He has something on his background that I'm wondering how in the hell he got the position he got in the company he. I was like, listen, so you got you what? Honey. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Yeah, but the young lady, back to her, she was asking them damn questions. She was giving them people the blues. You hear me? She was giving them the blues. Them people were so stressed out and upset with her. They had, oh yeah, he was like, oh, I'm waiting on another officer to come. She was like, "What do you need another officer to come for if you already have 3 here?" I was like, "Oh, because one of them is more qualified than us." She was she was just asking them all these questions. It was so funny. And then they gonna go in the car because they ended up, getting like a behavioral health trained one. He gonna have the nerve to get in the car and say the lady had autism. They didn't even know that lady was. It was so funny. She was funny though, cause she ain't pull over or nothing. Girl, she kept going. She pulled up at home. Did it turn up? I was hollering.
Please.
Hold on.
Is there any issue with stepping out and talking to me? Why do I need to step out of the car? I hear what you are saying. We are talking now. Why do I need to step out of the car? Miss Williams, I just want to be very blunt with you, okay? You are legally required to step out of the car on a traffic stop when I ask you to, okay? You asked me to step out of the car to talk. Correct. Now you just gave me an explanation. I will step out of the car. Yes, ma'am. But you asked me to step out of the car to talk. Yes, ma'am. So now you want me to step out of the car because of the reason why? So I can investigate if you're under the influence of alcohol or drugs. You asked me to step out of the car to talk. Yes, ma'am. Period. Yes, ma'am. You asked me that. After I told you. So now I will step out of the car. I hear you. Asked me to step out of the car to talk. Yes, ma'am. We are talking. There was no reason for me to step out of the car. So now you just gave me a reason. I will step out of the car. You asked me to step out of the car to talk. Yes, ma'am. You can go ahead when you're ready.
Child, she was giving their ass the verbal lashing. She was like, at first you asked me to step out to talk when we was already talking. Then he said he he needed her to get out to investigate. She said, now you give me another reason. Yes.
Do you have any weapons on you? Anything that'll hurt me? Do you mind leaving your bag in the car for safety reasons? Miss Williams, can you do that for me? Okay. Any weapons on you that might hurt me? Anything like that?
I do have a box cutter.
You have a box cutter?
I do.
Okay. May I remove that from you to make my traffic stop safer for everyone? Can I do that?
Can I remove it, or is something you have to do?
Well, I would prefer to do it.
Can I remove it, or is it something
Where
that
is
you
it? Let's
do?
Let's start by this. Where is it?
It is on my side.
On your side?
Yes.
Okay. You got a female officer who can do that?
I'm sorry?
There is a female officer that can remove it if you wish.
Can I do it, or do you have to do it?
Because we don't know if it's a gun. We appreciate you being honest, but we can't trust what everybody says out here. Okay. It's for our safety that we remove. Okay. So you can place your hands up top, and she can remove it, and then we can step back there.
Okay. You can remove it.
Okay. You can place your hands right.
You just pop your hands right here for me, please.
You can remove it. Whoever asks for it first can remove it.
Okay.
Bitch, she said whoever asked, look, she like, look, you ain't gonna start sending all these other people to touch on me. Bitch, we don't need these other 2 people. The first person that asks gets to remove it.
Is it on this side or on this side? I'm not seeing it. Is it this leather thing right here? That's your belt. I'm not seeing it now. Here it is. I'm just gonna pop it out there.
Oh shoot.
Okay. I'm just gonna set it in your car, okay? Will you come back here to the front of my car and talk to me?
Can we stay right here?
We cannot. Let's just come back here.
Okay, can I get my phone?
Let's just come back here.
Can someone get my phone out of the car?
No.
Okay, speak loud, please.
All right, come right here to where my...
Bitch, she said, okay, speak loud. Let me tell you something. I did not hear her say this time, but by the end, very end, one of them had said something real smart to her. She says, can you repeat what you said and speak louder? Because she knew she was gonna go get that goddamn footage.
Oh, thank you. Miss Williams, okay, part of my job is to make sure everybody on the road is safe to drive. Okay? You're saying that you haven't had anything to drink tonight? Or any illicit substances?
Anything to drink.
Okay. Miss Williams, you're kind of staring off right now. All right. Have you had any illicit substances?
Could you speak louder, please?
I feel like I'm speaking loud enough. Can you not hear me?
Could you speak louder, please? I have not had anything to drink.
Okay. Have you had any illicit substances?
No.
Any medications that might affect your driving?
No.
Okay. So, as I...
Taz.
Explained before, okay? The indication, okay, some of the indicators that I saw, all right, before my traffic stop and after, all right, are indicative of impaired driving, okay? So part of my job is to investigate that, okay? I don't mean to inconvenience you tonight. I don't. I really don't. That's the truth. However, I do have a job to do, okay? And part of that job is informing you of multiple indicators of some sort of intoxication. All right?
Child, she ain't even look at these niggas. Like, y'all get on my nerves. Leave me alone. Honey.
Is there anything in your vehicle that would indicate that you have taken any kind of illicit substances or alcohol?
No.
There's not? Okay. Can I ask where you're coming from tonight?
Why am I standing out here? You are asking a lot of questions.
Right.
We are talking. I was in the car and I could hear you. You asked me to step out of the car so that we can talk more. Now you're asking me where I came from.
Correct.
What is the reason why we're standing out here talking?
Because I'm investigating if you're impaired or not.
I am not. I have not had anything.
I wish I could believe everyone that just told me, okay? But I've had a lot of very drunk people tell me that they weren't impaired, okay? So part of my job is to investigate it, okay? I can't take everything as face value. Right?
Why does it matter where I am coming from?
Well,
why does it matter where I am coming from?
Will you let me answer, or you wanted to repeat the question? It matters because it's important for my investigation. Okay? It would be different if you were coming from a child's birthday party or if you were coming from a bar. Right?
Girl, she ended up leaving. She ended up getting 2 bullshit ass citations. They weren't able to prove that she was intoxicated. Actually, she pulled up. I take that back. She drove until she got home and pulled her car up in front of the house, girl. I think something wrong with her mentally.
If I'm investigating if you're impaired or not, that might be important. So that's why I asked.
Child, this got 100 parts. This her name over on what's her name? She gonna be out there all night.
Would you have a problem doing any kind of roadside field sobriety testing?
I have not had anything to drink.
Okay, can I confirm that?
As far as what?
Roadside field sobriety testing. I understand, but here's the issue, okay? I watched you fail to maintain your lane multiple times. Okay? I watched you pull out into an active intersection while the light was red. Okay? And cars were coming at you. All right?
On which intersection?
The one right up there. The one you just went through.
What car was coming at me? There was a car that made a left turn.
Correct, in front of you.
Correct.
Coming at you.
And I made a right turn.
Correct.
What other cars were coming?
You had entered in the intersection. That's the car I'm talking about, is the truck. Okay? Not only that, but after I turned my blue lights on, we rolled from Little Teapot all the way here. Okay, that doesn't excuse you to drive home on a traffic stop.
What am I being pulled over for?
I just listed everything out.
Because now you are changing it.
I'm not.
You are changing it. You are adding to it.
I'm not.
So where do we go from here? You asked me to step out of the car to talk. I was talking to you while we were in the car.
Mm-hmm.
So now I am outside of the car talking to you. And now you are adding stuff to whatever it is you pulled me over for. I live here.
I understand that.
I put on my hazard lights and I came here. I live here.
Okay. When you're stopped on a traffic stop, you can't just drive home. You got to stop where it's safe to do so. And
Correct. Here at my apartment.
There was
Here.
multiple safe spots
Here
to
at
stop
my
the vehicle.
apartment is where I feel.
Okay, I'm gonna go down here and look at the caption. She say that she pulled over 4 times, surveillance setups and organized schemes. This is the officer that did it, and he has since then resigned. Do that help out, Shonda?
Safe to do so. Thank you.
Okay. Well, there
That
were
is a
multiple.
dark road over there. I felt safe to pull here in my apartment.
Regardless, I have multiple traffic infractions and reason to pull you over. I have reason to investigate if you're under the influence of alcohol or drugs.
Go ahead.
So that's where
You
we're at.
asked me to speak. I'm speaking with you. That is what we are doing. We are
Yes, ma'am.
having a conversation.
Yes, ma'am. At this point, I'm not convinced you're not under the influence of some sort of substance, whether that
And
be
you asked
alcohol
me
or drugs.
what? What did you ask me?
Which question you're referring to?
Here we go.
I've asked you a lot of things.
Correct. Go ahead.
So the last question I asked you before we had this back and forth was, will you perform standardized field sobriety tests on the side of the road for me to determine if you're under the influence of alcohol or drugs? So yes or no?
And what are the options? So yes or no?
Yes, you perform standardized field sobriety tests. Okay. No, you don't.
And what happens with either?
One, the standardized field sobriety testing is going to allow me to see if you're under the influence of alcohol or drugs.
Can you speak louder, please?
Or it will prove that you are not under the influence of alcohol or drugs.
And what is the other option?
You don't.
And what happens with that?
I'm going to have to keep on investigating my
As far as what? What do you do from there?
Well, there's a couple things, but
Baby, she is working his ass like a part-time job. I'm telling you, this lady went on in the house afterwards.
right now we're just going to stay with that
I
question.
need you to tell me the other option. It's yes, take the test, or no, and what?
Here's what we're going to do. Officer Puckett, will you please stand with her? Please don't move from that spot.
I will take the test, but what is the other option? Why can't I get the other option?
He don't know it. He trying to find a reason.
I only got a no and
She don't want his bad ass out.
you investigate further. So what happens with you? Okay. What happens with the no?
See, the thing is, Dean, he has, based on what his perception is driving behind her, Because I heard another Georgia police officer use that same type of verbiage talking about, oh, you pulled out. Like, if you stop, okay, it's a possibility that she didn't stop at a stop sign and yield instead. That's what the fuck he should have said. He made it seem like she just pulled out into oncoming traffic and she was just out here in these streets extra reckless. So, with that being said, the verbiage that he would generally be able to use on an ordinary citizen, he was not able to use on her. And she asked so many fucking clarifying questions. This motherfucker got fed up and he started looking at her damn car again. You see him looking at her car because he's looking to visually have probable cause because he had already made up probable cause because you can hear her when she said, you're adding to it. Like, bitch, I ain't do all that.
Just hang tight.
See, he get very much rookie. He get very much barely graduated high school with a very low IQ and low comprehension and understanding. Like we was talking about earlier, the bar is low for police officers. It's as if it's a training exercise, ain't it, Shonda? Like, it looked like it's one of them training exercises on showing people how to shit use, this line of questioning in these type of situations. Now, granted, I do not think she should have drove all. I don't know how far her home was from the stop, but child, she done pulled up in front of the house. Child, he was lost for words. He ain't never had nobody ask him or what. He was acting like he was scared of her ass from the damn beginning. Cause she looking, ain't even looking at him. Why it ain't working? Oh, it's quiet. Oh, there you go. I think they added it before they gave it to her too.
You never told me where you were coming from.
So he had to get her in front of his friends to get backed up and try to make her feel some type of way or not telling him where she came from when she ain't obligated to tell him a fuck ass thing. I get it.
So it's something you care.
I would get a ass a goofy style too. This some smart shit here. I don't care. She might be a little cray cray, but I fuck with it.
To speak on?
How long is the other officer taking?
You should be here very, very shortly. I don't know exactly down to the minute.
May I sit in my car?
May not have already answered that question.
What is the difference between me standing here and sitting in my car? Someone can stand right there at the window. It is cold out here.
You've already expressed that you do not want to be on this traffic stop. I'm going to express that I don't want to be in a car chase tonight. So I don't feel comfortable letting you sit back in your car until we're finished with our traffic stop.
I'm sorry? Repeat what you just said and speak louder, please.
Sure.
This motherfucker, see, he got ballsy. And see, he just got punked when she asked him or what. Okay? So now they done call another officer in. But when he got in front of this man girl looking thing over here, he got to saying, "Oh, I don't feel like being in a car chase." And she said, "Excuse me, what did you say? Speak louder." He never repeated what he said.
You don't feel comfortable being on a traffic stop, and you voiced that you don't want to be on a traffic stop right now. Is that correct?
Repeat what you just said, please.
I just repeated it.
I live here.
I understand that. You said that you. Is it correct to assume that you feel?
See, now he trying to fuck her up by saying, "Is it correct to assume?" Because he know her motherfucking game. Let me tell you something. If she is on something, she giving that nigga that word. So now he got to go in and try to trip her up.
You don't want to be on a traffic stop? Would it be correct to say that you do not want to be on this traffic stop?
I live here. May I sit in my car?
You may not. I've already answered that question.
Thank you. What is protocol when there are two officers already here speaking with me? What is the need for a third officer to come out here?
So he specialized in an area, but I am not. That's why I want him to speak with you.
He sat there with this lady all this time. Now you want to call somebody here that has behavioral health training.
I'll be right back.
What is he getting paid to do? And why the damn audio keep going out? He must be doing something. Or they have redacted it. These some long ass pauses. But yeah, she was giving his ass that work. He don't know what to do. She done came and fucked up his night. He just knew he was gonna arrest a drunk motherfucker.
Hey, how are you? Yeah, good. What's your name?
So he don't be talking about shit for real. She talked to him for a little bit. He ended up giving her a ticket.
Officer Rose. Miss Williams, can you step out of the car for me? Can I ask you, have you had anything to drink tonight?
That's just like the video broken down. This is how I found out something was wrong with her. So I went down the rabbit hole. This is actually her. I went down the rabbit hole because this is a recent video that went viral. So this is funny because her mama had called the police on her. This how I knew. No, I take that back. I didn't know she was crazy in these videos. I started listening to them update videos. This the police.
I'm Deputy Johnson with the Richmond County Sheriff's Office. Can you tell me what's going on now?
I didn't call you.
No, you didn't call me. So, who was the gentleman here with the brown shirt? Who is he?
I didn't call anyone out here.
No, I didn't say that you did. You posted something on Facebook that he showed me. Apparently, you said that he came over trying to argue with you, and you were saying, "Please help," like you needed help. So I'm just trying to figure out what's going on about that and see how can I help.
Give me 1 second.
Okay.
I didn't call anyone out here.
Are you ready to talk to me, ma'am?
I didn't call anyone out here.
He called. I never said you did. So it was a situation you posted on Facebook that you and the gentleman right here in the brown shirt, y'all got into an argument. Mr. Hearing, is that his name? Yes. Y'all got into an argument.
I didn't post that on Facebook.
So you didn't post anything about him on Facebook?
That's not what you're saying. What you said. I didn't post what you said on Facebook.
Did you post anything about Mr. Hearing on Facebook? Is what I'm asking you now.
That's not what you asked.
I'm sorry?
That is not what you asked.
Okay, so is there anything going on between you and Mr. Hearing? Is what I'm asking you, because like I said, I mean, he showed me a post that you posted on Facebook about him, and if I can help in the situation, which I'm gonna document it, that's what I'm gonna do. Okay. He's just asking if you don't post things about him on Facebook.
I can post what I want to post on Facebook.
So is there anything between y'all that's going on that I can help the situation out? Ma'am. Ma'am. Are you her mom? Yes. Okay, can I have her information, please?
He like, I ain't got time.
Me coming out here talking because she's not gonna be cooperative. All right. What's her first name?
Tanisha.
Can you spell it for me?
E-E.
D-E.
Williams.
And what's her date of birth?
January 28, 1994.
Yes, you saw his face.
What's a good phone number for her?
Mama's sick of her.
I don't know her number. Your number.
So, use your number?
Yes.
Do you know anything of what's going on here? I know he contacted me and said that he did show me a post that she posted.
Things that she thinks, certain things are breaking down in that house. She thinks we bullying her, but nobody's not bullying her. I just want her to get her life back together.
Yes, ma'am.
And content, because she was a good person, but when she came back from Atlanta, I don't know what's she got something going on up there, and she's just a different person. Williams. And she putting all my personal information on Facebook too. I reported to Facebook. I block my stuff.
Okay. And you said she's posting your personal business on Facebook. Okay.
Yeah, she posting me, mine, my son, and my daughters.
Okay. She done put the whole family stuff on Facebook. Then I'm gonna go to her. That's how I went. This how I found out something was mentally wrong with her. So she started out giving an update on the case, and it got real confusing.
A little bit after that, in February, I got robbed. I got robbed in Augusta Mall at GameStop, which led to me filing a police report here in Augusta. And this was back in February, and I was in contact with an investigator who I now haven't heard
Okay, good night.
So yeah, so I've been basically waiting on the tapes that I can put it on here to show what's been going on with those situations and how stuff has been unfolding, and yeah, that's where we are with that. So what's happening now is I'm thinking somebody is missing in the story because I haven't heard from anyone. like no one in Carroll County or in the Augusta Richmond County, and they don't know about this case gets handled properly, because the answers that I was getting at one point, I don't know, or and yeah, they were just acting like they were just so far left. They're saying that it's something strange. They never seen this before in their career, and all of these things to insinuate that they really don't know what's going on. And I know that they told me that in Augusta Richmond County, they told me that they got GBI involved, which is who I've been trying to get to, like, for some time, but nobody would get me to the right people. And like I said, Augusta Richmond County Sheriff's Office is in contact with the Carroll County Sheriff's Office.
In so many words, she claimed that it's so many different cases and she keep going to court and they canceling her cases. She was just saying all kinds of crazy stuff and everybody got confused. So that's how I ended up coming to the conclusion. But that traffic stuff was insane. But yeah, something, I don't know if she was in a manic episode